Hello and welcome to another episode of the Football is Fixable Alright podcast. I'm James and this week I'm joined by Dan. Hello Dan.
Dun dun dun. That's me.
Hello mate. Pop to the studio this time instead of doing a distance learning one.
Yeah, driven the miles and miles to be here to grace you with my presence, and you still made me buy my own lunch.
We haven't got the expenses to spare. And we've got Coops with us, who will be joining us throughout the episode when he chooses. He's sat with his coffee in the corner at the moment.
It looks very cosy, actually, to be fair. Yeah.
Good evening. Good evening.
Pleasure to meet you. But yeah, I'm up here because we've been doing some exciting filming, haven't we, James?
We have. Let's just say we found out who really has ball knowledge.
And it's none of us.
Don't spoil it. Right, guys, what I want to get from you first is what are your thoughts? We're halfway through the season now. We're on, game week 20, so we've passed that halfway point of 19 games. What have been your kind of main surprises so far this season? We kind of happy the way it's kind of fallen into place so far?
I suppose biggest surprise is that we're 20 games in and Arsenal haven't bottled it yet.
Yeah.
Is this going to... Okay,
Amen.
Is this episode going to be all about you two battering Arsenal again?
Mostly.
Let's see how we go.
Let's see how it takes us.
It's just, this is what we have to deal with all the time. So Arsenal live rent-free in every other fan's head. It's just unbelievable. We've been phenomenal, the way we've managed to win when we're playing well and when we're not playing well, Dan, which as we
Sign
know
of champions.
is the sign of champions.
My favourite phrase.
Even though loads of teams don't play well, and that's apparently the sign of champions.
United have been playing poorly most of the season, and we've won games playing poorly. Are we going to be champions?
It's the sign. So
wow.
you never know. We're going to get in the second half of
Feeling
this
optimistic.
In the second half of this episode, we are going to get on to who would be worthy winners, who would be the best for football, who would be the best winners. But yeah, first, just want to get into like some of our kind of surprises, what's gone well, maybe what hasn't gone well in the league.
What?
So we mentioned Arsenal going well, and no doubt we'll talk about them a bit more later, but what are your other thoughts then?
Well, I can't believe how bad Wolves have been, and I can't believe how far the drop-off from Liverpool's been.
That's both of those points actually. Should we look at Wolves first in terms of, what is it? Well, they were on 2 points until they played Man United, and then they got an extra one. And then didn't they win?
And then
West
they
Ham,
won.
isn't it?
Yeah, so not only are we playing poorly, we make the bad teams better. We're helping other teams.
That is true. Yeah.
They come and play us, and it's like a coaching exercise. And it's like a pre-season, and then suddenly they learn how to win games.
You know, with Wolves, it's a strange one. I mean, they're getting relegated now, right? Sadly, it's you don't ever want to wish it on a club.
No, it's happening, isn't it?
But it sadly seems like it is very much going to happen, and the Wolves fans know this, but it's been building towards this for quite a long time.
Yeah.
They've let a lot of their players go, as sadly teams in their position is often kind of forced to do.
Yeah.
Some of the other clubs want to come in and buy their players and so on. I think they still play some really good football. They're going forward, They attack really well, but they just concede silly goals. And it's just in those games they haven't managed moments well, and they've ended up with so few points.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, like from playing them, like the way they play it through the middle of the park and stuff, their midfielders can play one touch really well. They can play, they pass and move really quick. They're not like a slow team. They don't look like they can't get the ball around. They're just... And to be fair, they've shown some signs. Okay, it was only West Ham, but they beat West Ham 3-0. Like, that is... It's just too late for them now. Yeah. It's just taken them too long to get going, and it's just, unfortunately, it's just too late. I don't think they will... I think they will score a few more points now, and I don't think they will come under the sort of current record lowest points tally.
Derby.
I think they'll beat that, so at least it's not a total
points,
embarrassment.
Yeah, I think that's 11 points. That's 11 points.
Thanks, Coops.
That's Coops, the statistician there.
Confirming all the figures.
Yeah. Get his expertise a little bit later on as well.
You should remember that. It might come up sometime.
Superb.
What's really makes me sad about Wolves is they play good football. Like we were just saying how they attack and stuff, but for the last few years I've enjoyed watching them play, where it seems like there's a lot more pragmatic teams in the league. You hold my hands up, I know Arsenal and Arteta have been quite pragmatic at times, but you look at Villa, how they've done it, Nottingham Forest last season. Sunderland. There's so many teams that are playing pragmatically, and it doesn't make a great watch a lot of the time. You want to see expansive football.
You say that, but one thing I would say is I do enjoy how the things football's gone a bit more direct and physical this year than it has been previously. I actually like that element of the game coming back. So
it's almost like it's gone back 5, 6, 7 years. Isn't it?
In a good way, I think.
In a good way,
I think that's a good thing.
A bit more variety, because you still get passing out from the back, but it's nice to have a bit more. And the refs are letting it go a bit more as well. They've listened to our previous episodes when we said we want to see a bit more.
And maybe Wolves are just the biggest victims of that change.
Yeah, and you mentioned Liverpool as well. I think Liverpool built their kind of bed, if you like. They made their bed on what the Premier League had been moving towards for so long, in that kind of technical. A lot of their players are technicians, aren't they?
Yeah.
Whereas over the last sort of year or so, there's been a real shift. Maybe Arteta's had an influence.
Yeah.
And it's kind of shown that focusing on set pieces, being more physical, as the referees and the rules are starting to let the game play a little bit more, it's kind of benefiting the more physical sides, isn't it? And Liverpool might be another victim of that.
Yeah, well, they thought they could go out and buy all of these incredible players. I don't think that it was really planned that well. Liverpool have always been the opposite. They've always been very careful with their spend and really selective with their recruitment.
Yeah. Klopp didn't have the same amount of money to spend a lot of the time, did he?
No, but I think because they trusted Klopp more, so that Klopp could get more out of those players. Whereas now they're relying on the individuals rather than the team, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get that. What can I arguably say that's a step in the Man United direction, or what has been for several years now. You sign in these individual brilliant players without a thought to how it's going to work in a team.
Yeah, and obviously we're moving away from that now, but it's where we went wrong for so many years, and I think Liverpool have made that mistake. But I mean,
one thing I'd say about Liverpool is I think the Salah drop started last season and they didn't manage that well enough. I said earlier in this season that they should start transitioning him out of the team a little bit more. I know he doesn't like it. I know he reacts on social media and so many other things. But ultimately, the club's bigger than the player. I know Jamie Carragher's had a fair bit to say about all of this. But they needed to start playing him, sort of using him more wisely, bring him on in key moments, start him in some games. And then you've brought all these young players, these attacking talents. So they're the future of Liverpool.
Well, look at the players they've got. They've got Wirtz, they've got Ekitike,
Isak, sadly injured now.
That's a front three in itself that you could play.
Build the team around
and
that.
you don't need Salah. So it's. I was going to say sad to see. It's not sad to see at all. I'm quite happy to see it, but
no bias, Dan. No
none at all.
Bias here.
But yeah, I'm just a little bit shocked by how far they've dropped off, especially with the amount that they spent. Everyone had written off the Do you remember everyone written off the Premier League in the summer after that transfer? After that transfer window,
everyone was like,
Isak, "Oh wow, Liverpool, that's it. Liverpool have won it already." And look, it's mad. So yeah, I mean, I tell you what, West Ham, what is going on with them?
That's a very sad story for me because West Ham are kind of Premier League. I don't know, you kind of feel like they're a staple of the Premier League, don't you? Coops is looking at us a bit suspiciously here.
West Ham are another self-entitled team that think they've got some God-given right to be in the Premier League, so get rid of them.
Can I just say, Coops' thoughts are not necessarily the thoughts of the wider podcast. I have to say, in a way it might be good for the Premier League because they are sucking a lot of life out of the Premier League in terms of the fans are so, rightly so, upset with how the board and everything's led everything at West Ham. They've been flirting with danger for how many years now, just surviving relegation. It's not particularly good football to watch.
Also,
Maybe they need a reset.
Sacking Moyes was just a ridiculous decision.
Yeah.
And look at what he's doing at Everton now. That for
he's
me,
a top manager,
that's karma. It's karma for them. He won a trophy with them, everything else.
I have to say, not all West Ham fans did, because they understood the situation, that Moyes, what he was doing for them and stuff. But some West Hams that wanted Moyes out, I don't feel that much sympathy for those guys. Because he got every last bit out of every resource he has. And that's what he does as a manager. That's what he's doing with Everton now.
Yeah.
So in a way, it would freshen the Premier League up for them not to be in. I know that sounds quite harsh. I know Coops is licking his lips with it. But, I just think it's a sad situation, but I think they need a reset.
Yeah, I agree.
Can I mention Sunderland?
Yeah.
Sunderland have been
incredible.
The real surprise package. Can I say led by a former Arsenal captain?
No, I'm glad you almost said it again, didn't you?
No.
A few weeks ago, you claimed Granit Xhaka as an Arsenal legend. Coops?
I'm just a bit confused. You say that the team is managed by a former Arsenal
captained.
Huh? Oh, sorry. Right. Okay, something about the captain. Well, yeah. The mastermind is Reggie Lebris. Let's be frank.
And absolutely rightly said. Yeah, he's done an absolutely amazing job. First year in the Premier League as well. They did sign a lot. I think that needs to be said. They signed a lot of players in the summer, so they spent a lot of money to do it. but it's still great to see a newly promoted side to come up and do what they're doing in the Prem. It's great to see the Stadium of Light again. It's a tough place to go.
Yeah,
the atmosphere.
It's a great stadium for the Premier League.
And that adds more to the Premier League, doesn't it?
Yeah,
So
definitely.
I think the Premier League's a better... I mean, the way that so many teams are close this season, and with what we've just said about Sunderland and teams like that, it's just... I think this season's been really good. I'm not just saying that because Arsenal are top of the league. Genuinely, it's been a good season so far, hasn't it?
It's been painful for me, but let's move on from that.
It is very nice. So you've got, I'm just looking now, so at time of recording at least, there is a 4-point gap between 5th place and 14th place.
Wow.
So it's very topsy-turvy. It's turning a little bit championship.
That's exactly...
That's quite good,
quite
isn't
good,
it?
that.
That is good.
For a long time, we've been saying the Championship's arguably the best league.
Yeah.
Arguably, Gary, the best league. Because of how competitive it is.
Yeah. It's good to have the competition. We can't really complain that it's all one-sided.
Exactly.
You know, but we can complain that Arsenal are winning it. So,
Like one other sort of side point as well on things that have been interesting and surprising this year, I would say, is as an unknown as a unexpected package is Brentford, of course, who at the moment, again, time
Absolutely.
recording, is sitting in 7th. Admittedly, there is hardly any gap between those sides, but I think at the start of the season, everybody was, especially with Keith Andrews coming in, tipping Brentford for the drop.
Yeah, I thought the
And
same, yeah.
They've done very well. I'm very pleased for them
Yeah,
because
I
they're
am
managed
too,
by
yeah.
Keith Andrews, who is an ex-Stoke player. Of
course he is.
and they have lost two. They lost two of their best players from last season, didn't they? In who was it? They lost Visser and
In Burma.
Burmo, and of course Thomas Frank, the manager. So they lost so many key people, and everyone. You're right. Everyone wrote them off, and they've done really well. So fair play to them.
Yeah, I have to say they're one of my neutral favourite sides, Brentford. I've said it in previous episodes. I really like how they just work as a team, work as a unit. They're a well-run club, look after their fans. If all Premier League clubs were like Brentford, the Premier League would not need fixing anymore.
Unfortunately, you have teams like Arsenal in there, so...
But as things stand, we do need to fix the Premier League winners. But before that, let's get into a half-time head-scratcher with Coops, and it's live.
Good evening, all. It's time for a half-time head-scratcher. Today, I'm going to ask you a question about managers. Who is the first full-time African manager in the Premier League? That's a tricky one, but I'll let you know the answer after this short commercial. Hello again. Before the break, I asked you who was the first full-time African Premier League football manager. And it's a bit of a trick question because he claims to actually be Portuguese. But the current West Ham manager, Nuno Espirito Santos, was actually born in the very small West African island of São Tomé and Príncipe. There's a new one for you, both in terms of question, country, and interesting fact. See you soon. It's hard to do these live.
Right, today we're going to get straight to it, aren't we?
We are indeed.
We're going to fix... We're halfway through the Premier League season now, and we're going to fix the Premier League winners.
As in, we're fixing the Premier League. We have that power. We're like, it's fixed. It's all fixed, and it's fixed by us.
And you're not even Italian.
So we're going to fix the winners of the Premier League. So who should... No, actually, it does sound a bit like we're fixing...
It
like,
does, doesn't it?
Doesn't it?
It's like
We're fixing
match
it.
fixing.
It does a bit. Right, well, let's get straight to it then. Who should win the Premier League this year, do we think?
Not Arsenal.
Arsenal, surely. It's been 22 years.
Are you saying, James, that Arsenal have two hands on the trophy? You sound a lot like Tim Sherwood.
Both hands on the trophy. He said that in November. I mean, how crazy.
No, I do think you should definitely win it now. I think if you don't win it, then it's questions should be asked.
When you say should, do you mean should in respect to the fact that the position they're in is so good that it would be incandescent to lose from this point, or more the fact that they should in respect that you really would like them to?
The first one. I definitely would not like them to. Let me clarify. In me saying I believe Arsenal should win it, that doesn't mean I think Arsenal are great. I just think the position they're in, I'd be surprised if they didn't win it.
So you can't even admit that Arsenal are great. I mean, it's a great side, isn't it?
Arsenal are currently the best team in the league, and I say that out of respect for the Premier League, not for Arsenal.
Right. So, I mean, other than Arsenal then, if it was between Arsenal and City, who would you rather win the Premier League?
Okay, I'll say Arsenal because I'd like like a different winner. It'd be good if it's not City or Liverpool. Ideally, I'd quite like Villa to do it.
Well, Villa, what were they? They went back to second during the last game weekend, so they're still in the mix, aren't they?
I mean, if as an outside chance, if I was Villa right now, I would be investing. You're up in the mix. I'd be investing in players in January to really push to make an actual challenge because they're never going to be in a position like this again. I don't think.
What an opportunity.
Not
isn't it?
never again, but not in the near future. I think it's a great opportunity for them.
Yeah, it's when you get halfway through a season, if you're in the mix like that, surely you want to think, if we just push a little bit more into it.
100%. They could be this year's Leicester.
But I think that's partly the thought, isn't it? That's like some people are thinking that. If Leicester can do it, why can't Villa as well? Sort of thing.
Exactly.
But you think maybe Emery's got his eye on the Europa League. They're in that, aren't they? And he's won that 4 times.
Thing is though, if you had to choose between Europa League and the Premier League, you're going to have the Premier League, aren't you?
Well, this is why I think Arsenal are probably the realistic best choice, aren't they, to win the league? Because,
yeah, I think so.
Because we don't want no one wants Man City doing it.
No, they've won it enough times.
Yeah, no one wants them to do it again. And Villa, even Unai Emery would be thinking, is it likely we could beat City and Arsenal, really? When you think recently Arsenal beat Villa 4-1 at the Emirates, really sort of outclassed them, that might have been a kind of time to think, okay, should we put our eggs in the basket of the Europa League maybe? Is that and if he does that, because are they able to fight on both fronts with the squad they have, is what I'm thinking.
I mean, to be fair, he is the master of the Europa League. How many times did he win it with Sevilla?
Yeah, it was 3 with Sevilla, wasn't it? Then once with Villarreal as well.
Yeah, so, I mean, it is a really good chance for Villa to win a trophy, isn't it?
So I think if I was in Unai Emery's shoes, that's what I'd be focusing on, if I'm honest.
I think you're probably right, but to be so high up in the Premier League,
and then the goal could be finish in the top 4, get Champions League for next year.
What if they do both? What if they did both? What if they won the Europa and the Premier League? That would be insane.
Yes, but we can't work miracles on this podcast, Dan. We're here to fix the Premier League winners. I'm trying to tell you that Villa, are they able to do that realistically?
Well, if we're actually fixing it, and if it was being fixed, I would fix it so that Villa did win.
We're not fixing, we're fixing it. We're not fixing the league.
Okay.
We're fixing the winners.
I've misunderstood the brief here.
Oh, the premise of the episode. So, yeah, the idea is...
I'm going to make some phone calls.
So who should win the Premier League? There's a lot of talk at the moment about who's in the title race and who's actually likely to win the Premier League and all of that. Well, if you hear some United fans, they think they're still in it. Chelsea fans, a couple of weeks ago, they were in the title race. That was the quickest title race I've ever known.
Yeah, I think realistically it's going to be Arsenal. I think halfway through the season, I think if it's not Arsenal, I don't know when they'll ever win it. That's where I'm from. That's where I'm coming from.
I felt the same. The other day I was thinking the exact same thing. If we don't win it this year, after, 3 second-place finishes in a row,
yeah,
when are we ever going to do it?
So if you don't win it this year, then are you saying you're Arteta out?
Right, so Liverpool, what's their case for the Premier League? They still got a chance?
No, not a hope.
You ruled
not
them
a
out?
hope. Yeah, because although even now where they're getting wins, they're scraping wins. So they've not been playing well all season. They haven't really kicked into gear. They've got the odd win here and there, but even the wins that still haven't seen them play well. They've just dropped more points at Fulham now today, haven't they? What are they now, 8 points behind or something? Maybe more?
Yeah, somewhere around there, yeah.
I think it's just too far. And particularly where they're not... If they're playing really well in really good form, then you might say, they could get a run in and then, chase or whatever. But they're just not. They're not playing great. They'll drop more points. I just don't see it. I even think they might drop out of top 4.
Yeah, so at the moment we've got... The top 3, Arsenal, City and Villa, as it stands at the point of recording. Arsenal 48, City on 44 and Villa on 42. Liverpool are then close with Man United, Chelsea, Brentford and Sunderland. So Liverpool on 34 points, Man United 31, Chelsea 30, Brentford 30, Sunderland 30, Newcastle 29, just underneath that. So you think between those 4 or 5 sides
mad,
there,
isn't it?
it could all change each week.
Yeah.
Surely that's what we want in our Premier League, right?
Yeah, true. And all of those sides have shown an ability to drop points. I mean, how on earth we're 5th, I have no idea. I don't feel like United have been playing well enough to be there, but we're there,
That
so
is
I'm not
actually,
going
when
to
you mention
complain.
that, yeah, when you mention that, actually, how are United fifth? Watching them play, they're
'Cause-
fifth place in the Premier
Because
League.
we're just really good. We're just,
It's really good.
Yeah, just really good. And that's with like 8 first team players out as well. If we
That's-
had a
that's
full
like
first
Paul-
team out, I think we'd be challenging for the title,
That's like Paul Scholes' analysis. Yeah, we're really good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's as far as I've got. That's
Although
all I've got.
he probably wouldn't be saying that about United at the moment.
No, he wouldn't. But he would be saying something really horrendous and talking about how it's nothing like how when he was there and the good old days and 4-4-2 and
that's how United need to play now, right?
yeah, exactly. Bring back Cole and York.
Yeah. Why? Or if you should do that, they might be better than what you've got at the moment. To be fair,
What, like
better than
in their
Sheshko.
50s? Yeah, maybe.
Oh, Sheshko. Coops, can I bring you in here? Chelsea. Are Chelsea still in the title race, Coops? They got any chance of pushing for the top?
I doubt it. Doesn't look very good, does it?
Well, a couple of weeks ago they were, and now they're not. So if it can change that quickly in that direction, can it not go the other way?
No, not really. Arsenal are too good, as painful as it is to say.
Sorry, could you say that again?
Is it not loud?
No.
So Arsenal weren't that good. Aren't that good? No. What was I saying? I can't
You were.
remember. Arsenal. Arsenal are too good. Arsenal
Oh,
are
yeah,
too
that's
good.
it. The mic's
no.
picking that up. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Excellent.
I can believe I said that. But yeah, I was going to ask actually about the question that was more generally being asked in this, because I was just been thinking about it. So with this podcast, we are looking to fix things that are wrong, aren't
Yes.
we? And so you're trying to fix the Premier League winners. Now that implies that there's a problem with what's likely to happen. Now at the moment we know that Arsenal basically are going to win the league this year, and therefore you're implying that there's a problem with that needs fixing. Is that
There is.
a correct assumption?
Well,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
would be Dan's argument.
is a problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
For
That's
me,
why we're fixing it.
Yeah.
for me, the problem is Man City, because there's a lot of people still backing City. It was actually was it Phil Jones was interviewed last night or the night before, asking about he said he could see no one other than Man City winning it. So
So we're trying to fix Phil Jones.
So we need to fix Phil Jones. I mean, we'll need more than one episode for that. But as part of this episode, we might be able to fix him and the idea that, because it would be wrong if Man City win the league again, wouldn't it? It just wouldn't be healthy for football, for the Premier League. I think everyone knows that.
Phil Jones is unfixable. You know that film Unbreakable, that guy that just can't be hurt? He's like the opposite of that. They could make a film with Phil Jones in it and it'd be called Breakable. And he spent literally all of his time injured.
Oh, that's true, actually.
Like,
He's very
They have
breakable.
made that film. It's
It
called
was-
Glass.
oh yeah, there you go. Superb. I think he was in it, in one of his many faces
I
in the
hope he
background.
But
So
yes.
so my case is that it would be wrong for football if Man City win the
I
league.
see, okay.
Dan is saying it would be wrong for football if Arsenal win the league. So we've got to fix that for a start.
I don't think it would be wrong for football. It would be wrong for my patience.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I could deal with you if Arsenal won the league. That's my biggest.
What are you nodding at him for?
Now, I agree, because the thing that needs fixing is not necessarily Arsenal winning the league, but Arsenal fans restraining themselves when they do.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Would it be that unbearable?
Yes.
Yes.
Right, so we've got the case for Villa. A Villa in with a shout then, do we think?
No.
No, I don't think they're really in for a shout, but I'd love them to give it to,
The
to be an
people's
outside.
champions, aren't they?
Yeah,
They're
the people's
Princess Di.
They're the Leicester sort of today kind of thing.
The thing is, they've done it. They've done so unbelievably well. Not just this time, let's not forget, but also now for a few seasons to be consistently amongst teams basically punching above their weight.
Yeah, in
really.
terms of the resources they have. And
I mean, it wasn't that long ago. Let's not forget that Villa were a championship side,
True.
and
Yeah,
Leicester have
yeah.
proven that, against the odds, okay, they came to be champions, and then subsequently plummeted back to a position they were maybe more familiar with. Villa, on the other hand, at least from recent times, have now found themselves punching well above where they had
what's
for kind of a
quite nice,
sustained period.
I know Villa have some good history behind them, don't they?
Oh,
And
yeah,
they're a big club, and
Absolutely.
it's nice to see a club with a bit of history that isn't one of the normal suspects doing well.
Although
It's-
Nottingham Forest, to be fair, did that last season, but Nottingham Forest, like their East Midland rivals, have now this season proven that was probably a flash in the pan.
Yeah,
So
slightly.
So this year Villa will see their heights, and next year they'll be in a relegation battle. Is that what you're
Well,
saying?
no, because I say they've been. This is, don't forget, going to be the second. Well, assuming that they keep their position, this will be the second time in 3 seasons that they'll have been a
Yeah.
Champions League side.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's impressive to be fair.
How good a job has Unai Emery done?
Oh,
Yeah,
outstanding.
really well. Yeah,
He's
really
in.
well.
I mean, as it stands, obviously, there's a long way to go yet. We're halfway through the season, but he's possibly manager of the season, isn't he? With
And if you
what he's
don't-
done.
At the
agree with
moment, yeah, at the moment, I would say he's manager of the half season,
Yeah, I'd agree
especially
with
when you think they lost the first 3.
Mm.
that. Yeah, they hardly scored, did
Incredible.
they? And since then they've gone on. Was it 11-game winning run or something?
But you'd be hard pressed really to anger him too much, of course, anyway, if you're a Villa player, because he is, of course, outside of his footballing career, Count Dracula.
That's uncanny, isn't it? That's a good thought. We're going to have to investigate that moving forward. I
I'm
think.
surprised he's allowed in daylight.
Well, yes.
He does always look a bit grumpy in daylight. Like his face is always in his hands, like he's shielding himself.
Yeah. Well, this is the problem that he's had with winning competitions, of course, because he wins silverware. So he has to be very
so
careful.
he's got to wear special gloves or something whenever he picks it up. I have to look out for that.
Yeah.
Well, this is also why I think Arsenal are the best choice to win the league. It will be good for football because what happened, you mentioned Leicester, right? When Leicester won the league, because of that season, the following season, so many loads of Leicester players went to various clubs. Mahrez went to City, Drinkwater, Kante went to Chelsea. You know, they lost so many of their top players, and then Leicester ended up getting relegated a few years later. Villa, I fear the same thing would happen. If they won the league, then you'd get the Cities, the Chelseas, Liverpool. Look, Chelsea, Liverpool, not going through transitions now, it's clear to see. Chelsea would easily buy Villa's players. So
That's a good point. It would be even better then for Arsenal to win the league, and then Chelsea to nick all of their players.
Well, this is the thing. Because Arsenal are a huge club, right, we wouldn't need to do that. Whereas Villa, although, yes, of course, they're bigger than Leicester, but it would be such an outrageous thing for them to win the league, right? They've never won the Premier League.
The Premier League, sorry.
Yeah. They won the league back before the Prem, but football didn't exist then, did it, really?
No.
So because of that, I fear that eventually they'll come in just, where teams come in pillage the Villa squad. Unai Emery might end up going to another club. Can he do a better job at Villa kind of thing? I just see that could be a dark path for Villa to go down. So I think it wouldn't be healthy for them to win.
I don't know. I think the thing is, a lot of the Villa players that are there have been there for a while, haven't they? Like Ollie Watkins, you got John McGinn. Like a lot of those players have been there for a fair while. So I don't see them. The only person I see maybe going for big money is not Brendan. What am I talking about? Is it Rodgers?
Yeah, they have Rodgers. Yeah,
Morgan Rodgers. Sorry, not Brendan Rodgers. Brendan Rodgers. Morgan Rodgers. Maybe Morgan Rodgers is sort of like broken through there. Maybe he might be tempted somewhere else. But who else would leave there?
I have to be honest though. I take slight umbrage at your suggestion that Villa shouldn't win for those reasons, because it's basically saying that, well, Villa shouldn't win and be successful because if they do, if they have success, they will become unsuccessful.
Yeah, it's like the Dark Knight. What's the Dark Knight saying?
You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
There you go. And Villa are the villains. Okay, so just that prophecy is prophetic.
But your point is then that they they could never possibly win anything, because if they win anything, they'll lose all their players, which means they can't win anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it not better to win something and then lose some players and then have had the experience?
Yeah.
Well, that's true. What we're putting out there for our listeners to decide, really. But I'm just making a case because that's my secondary reason. Don't forget, my first reason,
because you want Arsenal to win.
Is okay. So that's my first reason. My second reason is that Villa realistically would have a better chance at the Europa League if they don't prioritise the Premier League. And thirdly, I'm thinking about Villa and their future over the next few years, because there's a risk that they could be raided and pillaged.
So your reasons are entirely unselfish and holistic.
Absolutely. I'm just being completely altruistic. So there you go. And they should let Arsenal and City battle it out. And like I said, it should be Arsenal that wins the league for the sake of football.
Well, I'm generally for Arsenal winning the league, as much as it pains me to say. The thing is I do quite like about Arsenal now is that they're no longer the Wenger Arsenal, to be fair. They're a bit more of a, an effective team. I don't know.
They're a bit more Stokish, which obviously you're a big fan of, aren't you, Coops?
Well, it's not that I like the football of it necessarily. It's more the fact that they don't have to be all so prim and pretty anymore, and then sort of having a pop at other teams because you're not playing the beautiful game the right way, all that nonsense. Although it is funny watching Arsenal fans squirm when playing like this, having just been sort of preaching at everybody else for the last 20 years.
We were sat on our high horse playing the best football in Europe for so many years, but then after the legends left, we then kept playing lovely football but never won anything, and we were getting so much criticism saying we have a soft underbelly and all this kind of stuff. We were getting Champions League finishes, 4th place, 3rd place and so on, but we'd never win any major trophies, and everyone was saying, well, that's because of their soft underbelly. They need a bit of steel in there. And Chelsea with Mourinho have that steel with Terry and Drogba and so on, and everyone was criticising Arsenal for that. Now I can see the other side of it. It's not as attractive to watch, but I feel less scared going into every game. I must say, watching games now, I'm sat, I don't want to say comfortable because that sounds arrogant. As you know, I'm not arrogant. So
You are.
What I'm going into these games just watching Declan Rice dominating a game like he does. I think here's my probably quite popular statement. He's possibly one of the greatest footballers in the current era.
That's a statement.
Declan Rice would get into a current World 11.
A current one.
A current World 11.
But,
Declan Rice is in there. He had another
I
cracking
would probably
game.
agree with that, but I wouldn't go as far to say of an era. Because he's in the same era as Rodri, and Rodri at his best is better than Rice currently. He won a Ballon d'Or, James.
Because that must mean it then. Oh, okay. Yeah. We fix a Ballon d'Or, Dan. We know that has issues, so we're going to say that's it, is it?
So you think that the current Arsenal team is better than the most dominant Man City team?
No. I said Declan Rice.
Is better than the linchpin of that particular Man City team. Okay. Well, your opinion
it's
is
an
your
interesting opinion, isn't it, Coops?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He's a very good player.
Man City then. Any case for Man City winning the league? Do we think that would be good?
I have a good case. It means that it would be funny because Arsenal wouldn't win it.
Yeah, that's a good case. I think
I can't perform under these conditions. I can't work.
I mean, City always have an insane run at the end of the season. So it's Arsenal's to lose, but we've seen in the past that they can lose it. So
thank you.
And City always seem to really turn it on in the business end of the season. So long as Arsenal stay how they're performing and stay relatively free of too many major injuries, it shouldn't be a problem. But if anyone's going to catch them, it will be City.
Well, there we are then. So as it turns out, realistically, Arsenal are the best case scenario for winning the Premier League, for football. And it would just be amazing, wouldn't it? Imagine the look, like your best friend. Imagine how I'd look in act for so long. I haven't seen my team win the league.
Honestly,
I was in year 11 at school the last time I saw Arsenal win the league.
Just the thought of it makes me feel sick.
Wouldn't you be happy for me?
No.
And with that, I think it's time we got into some fantasy football talk with John's Juicy Tips. Juicy.
I've got 2 hands on your tips, John.
John's Juicy Tips.
Yeah.
Alright, I hope you've been checking your FPL app in between those brandies and that champagne, because there have been a lot of games since I last talked to you. So, you better refresh your team with these tips. In defence, it's the obvious one, but it's the right one. It's Gabriel for Arsenal. He's back with a bang after his injury with 2 goals in his first 2 starts, and only Erling Haaland has more points per match than him. In midfield, it's time for some roast turkey. Rayan Cherki for Man City. He's now got the most assists of any player in the league this season. And up front, it's the Western Supermare wonder kid, who now plays for Villa. It's Ollie Watkins. He's had 8 attacking returns in his last 7 games, so he's a must. Juicy.
Thanks, John. As always, more brilliant tips there. Wow. Can I just say, guys, our league is hotting up. So as things stand, so the points haven't all gone through yet from the last game week, but our guru John is in the top 4 still.
Oh, is he? Good for him.
Top 4, he's doing well. But our current leader is still Patrick Finney with Highbridge United. Doing
Nice one, Patrick.
amazingly well on 1,184 points as it stands. But like I say, more points will be going through soon, so we'll see how that changes before next week. How are you getting on, Dan? It looks like you might be doing our forfeit this year by the end of the season.
Oh, don't worry about it. I thought we were going to, I was supposed to be doing the forfeit last season. I brought it back at the end. I'm relaxed.
You did save your season last year, but it's
Yeah.
looking a bit untenable this time. Where are you? 29th out of how many do we have at the
Out of
moment?
quite a few.
53, but you're 29th.
There you go. Mid-table. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but as you know, and for all listeners, the forfeit is for the hosts of the show. And last year it was me. You can go and find it on YouTube. I had to do an ice bucket challenge, which was unbelievably cold. But yeah, we're going to have to narrow down what your forfeit's going to be. So listeners, get in touch. Let us know online on our socials. And yeah, we'll figure out.
You never know. It's not over till the fat lady sings.
Well, she's certainly humming right now. So,
Not doing too badly. I've got 1,000 points, actually.
Well done,
1,000
Coops.
that's a good week.
And
for
only
you.
2 of my players are injured.
That's good for you. So, if you want to join our league and show your true ball knowledge, you'll get shout-outs on the pod each week you top the league, if you can, that is. And the entry code is SD4GZV. And see if you have what it takes. Well, there we are, lads. We're happy with that. We've made a really healthy Premier League.
Have we? I think you're happiest with that.
I have to say I'm buzzing at the moment with the outcome of this episode. The fact that the consensus is Arsenal should win the league. Realistically, considering all options, they're the best, right? The realistic options.
So if they don't, considering now you've admitted that, if they don't, where do you stand?
I'll probably stand here. So hope you've enjoyed the episode, guys, and can I say Coops for this special episode? Thanks for joining us, and thanks, Dan. Have a great week, everyone, and it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me.
Goodbye. From me.